This video is brought to you by MPEC Printery, specializing in t-shirt printing, posters, and shipping from the USA. Call 876-775-6692 or 876-337-7374. Andy Gone Nuts, 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is also brought to you by BLC Jamaica Security Electronics, specializing in alarm system, video surveillance, camera system or CCTV, barrier system, gate automation, and access control. Call 876-320-7711. That's 876-320-7711 or 876-351-1105. That's 876-351-1105. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. How is everybody doing? I hope everyone is doing well. My name is Simon Preston, and welcome back to Reggae Boyz Commentary. Yes, this is the channel where we come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. How is everybody doing? Does it feel like a lull that there's no matches today at the World Cup? Do you feel like we're missing out? How is everybody feeling? Let me know exactly how you guys feel about this. Are you happy for the 1 day break? Well, 2 day break? Or do you wish that we just went go, 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 go? Tell me how you guys feel. I look forward to hear what you guys have to say where this is concerned. So, this should be interesting. Yes, folks. So we're going to have a discussion about Chelsea, the team that finished third in the Premier League last season. The man who is in charge is Graham Potter. And we're going to go right into the thick of things as well. Now, Armaya Stevens says, re-energize. Yeah, pretty much. It's a good way to re-energize. I'll have to agree with you there, 100%. Totally agree there. A nice way to recharge the batteries ahead of what is to come in the tournament, you know? So that's how I feel about it. Jamaicans and Chelsea, it's been a compelling relationship. Frank Sinclair, 1993, was the Player of the Year. Won trophies as well at Chelsea. A person that has that sort of acumen. And to this day, Chelsea fans regard him as a legend. You know, this very, very day, he's referred to in that limelight. So that's the viewpoint of many. Now you might say, okay, but in relation to players, how much have we seen outside of a Frank Sinclair? Well, we've seen a Michael Hector despite not playing for the first team. We have seen Drew Spence on the women's side, Murray Hutchinson on the men's side. On loan, there's the likes of Levi Colwill. There's also Dejon Sterling, who is on loan as well. Jaden Wareham is also on loan as well. So these are the individuals And now we're at a situation right now where we're speaking about Leon Bailey. Before we get into Leon Bailey, let me just say that Omari Hutchinson, despite not getting the minutes as yet, he's in the books. He's in the minds of Graham Potter. I'm telling you guys this as a fact. He's in the heart and mind of Graham Potter. For that, I'm absolutely certain. All right? So there's nothing that you guys have to worry about here where that is concerned. And I look forward to the questions and comments that you guys will have to say in relation to this topic and others as well. So let's talk. Where did this all stem from? And is there even an interest in Leon Bailey from Chelsea Football Club? Okay, so here we go, folks. Chelsea Football Club has have had an interest in Leon Bailey for a number of years. This is something that we have discussed around since around 2015, 2016, thereabouts. This is something that has been discussed in the past. So it's no secret to many of the interests that lie in relation to Leon Bailey. In fact, even after impressing during his time at Genk, there were interests from Chelsea. Leverkusen, also interest from Chelsea. And it's no surprise at this point in time that right now there is interest within him. It's no surprise because he's one of the best national players that we have, best Reggae Boyz in the current roster. And secondly, we've seen what he has done at Aston Villa this season. And last season, you could say, was that season where you're gelling in, settling in, getting accustomed to the environment, the setting, surroundings, everything. This is the season. This is the season where he's getting not acclimatized, but now stamping his class, stamping his authority into the league itself. And this is something that we should embrace. And this is something that we should be grateful for because the hard work speaks for itself. It really, really does. So it is something that we should be excited about, grateful about, because it's something that will continue on that line, on that light. So a couple of weeks ago, a couple of articles circulated and a couple of agents highlighted that Chelsea are eyeing up Leon Bailey once more. And a couple of links and also correspondence from the UK by Dominic Hogan spoke about Christian Pulisic being on the way out. Now, it is factual that Chelsea would not bring in Leon Bailey unless somebody is out. If they were to bring in Leon Bailey and Christian Pulisic is still at the club, that means that perhaps they're going to fully sell Lukaku or another attacking player. It's not going to be Raheem Sterling. That's for sure. It's not going to be Raheem Sterling. Unless, are you going to get rid of Hakim Ziyech? I don't think so. Are you going to get rid of Kai Havertz? I don't think so. Are you going to get rid of Armando Borja? I mean, he just came 2020 in a sense of the first team, but I just don't see it with Borja. I really, really don't. So, personally, if Christian Pulisic doesn't leave, then the reality of the situation is that a deal of this nature might not even happen. But the question, like you all are seeing in the title, is how close or how far is this deal? It's no secret. There is interest in Leon Bailey right now. Christian Pulisic, in many ways, plays a focal point in this situation. Now, For this deal to take place, Pulisic will either have to leave or Chelsea release one of their assets that are currently on loan, whether it might be Romelu Lukaku, Jaden Wareham, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Brian Fiabema, or Harvey Vale. I mean, they could also release Xavier Simmons. I don't see it happening, but they would have to. He got a game in the League Cup last season. Malang Sarr won the FIFA Club World Cup with Chelsea. 2021 has that winner's medal around his neck. And then after that, is Bakayoko going to get an opportunity at Chelsea again? I mean, he's been on loan 2018, 19, 19, 20, 2021, 21, 22 at AC Milan. I don't think Bakayoko is going to be in the French setup. I just don't see it. So a player from Chelsea would have to leave for a deal of this nature to happen. I'm going to take some of the comments that you guys have. But before I do that, as I spoke about the French, I want us to go back to the Under 17 FIFA World Cup, which was hosted in Mexico in 2011. And I want you to think about that game where Jamaica picked up their first ever point at an Under 17 FIFA World Cup. Jamaica took the lead as they drew 1-1 with France. Do you remember that game? Let me remind you individuals that played for France that very day. Benjamin Mendy, Manchester City, right? French player, World Cup winner now. Benjamin Mendy. Kurt Zuma. Kurt Zuma. Yep. Kurt Zuma. I'm being dead serious. Kurt Zuma was a member of that team as well. And I can continue as well. Are you guys ready? Aymeric Laporte played that day. Andre Ele Lewis ran past him raggedly. Laporte. Sebastian Haller played that very day as well. Bakayoko. Yassin Benzia. I mean, he's playing for Algeria right now, but during that time when he was at Lyon, so I hope you're getting exactly what I'm saying here. The likes of L.A. Lewis, Amar Holness, Nico Campbell, Cardell Benbow, Zalana Barnes, all of them took on Benjamin Mendy, Kurt Zuma, Sebastian Haller, Aymeric Laporte, Bakayoko. And where are we 11 years later? Where are we 11 years later? And I know a lot of people might be saying, well, Simon, what about Pogba? Paul Pogba, as some individuals might have told the public, did not play against Jamaica in that tournament. Paul Pogba played at the Under 20 World Cup in 2013. Paul Pogba did not play against Jamaica in that Under 17 World Cup. Didn't. Hamza says, why would Bailey go to Chelsea to sit on the bench? In your opinion, you feel that he will go to Chelsea to sit on the bench. For me, I look at it from a different perspective. I look at it as from January to the end of May, you're using that platform in order to essentially settle into an environment, into a club with high expectations. Champions League football every season is where we need to be. So for me, I look at it as you get a half an hour playing time every game, you get 45 minutes every game. You're building yourself up for the 2023 2024 season when you are going to be the focal point of that team with a Raheem Sterling. I don't see Romelu Lukaku returning to Chelsea. I would be surprised if he returns to Chelsea, quite frankly. I really am. I really would be. Broha may be on loan. Perhaps. Perhaps. I will agree with you there. Ray Baba says, bless up Simo, big up Chippy. Big up Chippy. Chippy is a great player. And honestly, the only reason why I'm not saying give him the armband right now is because I want him to essentially focus on goals and assists right now. That's where I want his mind to be when it comes to club and country. That's the only thing that I would say. Armband, not just yet. Gold Cup 2025? Possibly. 2025 Gold Cup? Yeah. 2026 qualifiers? Possibly. For now, part of the leadership group, I have no problem with that at all. Damian Lowe, Andre Blake, Leon Bailey, Adrian Mariappa, Mikel Antonio. Having them part of the leadership group right now, that for me is absolutely cool. No issues, no qualms, nothing against that at all. That for me is fine. Chelsea need a clinical striker. Him and Sterling could be a dangerous duo. And I know it's not something that Chelsea would do right away, but that gives you an opportunity to change systems. And in my opinion, I believe that having that platform to change, to switch around things, could be good. I wouldn't have an issue or qualms with that at all. You know, from my angle, from my perspective, that's good. I can see that working out quite well. Honestly, yeah. Honestly, I could genuinely see it happening, and I wouldn't have an issue with that at all. So, honestly, Ray, absolutely. Timor Pidikin, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? How are you? Hope you are doing well. Hope you are doing well. All is well your end? Hope the family is okay. You guys enjoying the World Cup? You guys looking forward to international duty next year? Let us know what you guys think, yeah? Let me know what you guys think. Okay, let's see what Omza says. All right. Hmm. Don't you think we clean up some deadwood before qualifiers? We respect what players did for us, but isn't it time to move on from some players? Just a thought. Umzo, I don't know which players you're referring to, so I can't comment on something that is quite general. If you were to say name a player specifically, then I could tell you if that player is quote unquote deadwood or if it's somebody that I would say we move forward. If you want to be super specific about it, I have Andre Blake part of my next qualifying cycle. I have Andre Blake part of it. Damian Lowe, definitely the next two Gold Cups, for sure. Absolutely. The attacking options, I would give Antonio the next Gold Cup. I would take Antonio to the Gold Cup. Honestly, I really, really would. Because like I've often said on this platform, and it's something that Gareth Southgate has said about England as well, for Jamaica to be taken seriously as a footballing nation within CONCACAF, so that people can start respecting Jamaica as more than just an island with spices and track and field and music and rum and sunshine. We need to win a trophy. Jamaica has to win a trophy for the rest of CONCACAF to take Jamaica seriously. Canada has won a Gold Cup. The United States, Mexico, they've won Gold Cup titles. For Jamaica to be taken seriously, Jamaica has to win a trophy. Costa Rica, yes, they might not have won a Gold Cup, but guess what? They have been to a World Cup quarterfinal. Honduras has been to 3 World Cups. El Salvador has been to 2 World Cups. All right. Panama has been to back under 17 and under 20 World Cup tournaments. Panama has been to more FIFA tournaments than Jamaica. So their reputation is already growing. Do you understand what I mean? I hope you guys get the drift of exactly what I'm saying. For Jamaica to be taken seriously now, we need to win a trophy. And if you think about it, Jamaica, they're 3 wins away from winning the CONCACAF Nations League. 3 wins away from winning a trophy. 3 wins away. Beat Mexico in the Nations League, win the semi-final, win the final, and Jamaica wins the CONCACAF Nations League. Bam, just like that. Now think about that. Process that for a moment. Yeah? Just let that sink in for a moment. How does that sound? How does that sound? Just process that. I'm sure you guys appreciate that for sure. Have to win a trophy. Ekarik says you're just joining. You're just joining? Well, okay, good morning. How are you? Ask whatever question you have in the comments and we will get to it as soon as possible. Guys, if you haven't already as well, you use the super chat feature to let your question or comment highlighted and we take it from there. All right? So let me know and then we proceed from there. All right, guys? The family is all right, my friend. Sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. Carl Cavalier says, move on from Damian Lowe. All right. So, Carl, this is my view on the matter. If you want to, sometimes when you're making changes, you have to bleed the changes. You can't just chop off somebody's hand and done. For example, you can't just remove Damian Lowe and just put in Tarek Jimenez in the defense. No, not at all. Not at all. Damian Lowe, for me, plays Gold Cup 2023. Hands down. We need to build a culture based around winning. Yeah. And in order to build that culture, the reality is you're going to need to win. And by Jamaica going on and winning the Nations League and or Gold Cup 2023, then people will say, wow, Jamaica is actually doing some serious work behind the scenes. What are they doing? What are they doing that we're not doing? Jamaica is a country of 3 million people. What are they doing with the limited resources that they have? And we pump billions into our soccer program. What are they doing that we're doing? What recruitment are they doing that we're not doing? Are they going more into the UK diaspora? But we're going into the German diaspora. So what are we doing? You guys understand what I mean? Studio Michael Elliott says, bless up, Simon. How are you? The latest with Leon? I need to visit the barber? Oh, for this. Because I got a haircut recently, you know. So maybe I'll call HD Cuts Sheldon. Big up, Sheldon. The latest with Leon. The latest with Leon. Chelsea won't bring in Leon until. Look, funds have to be freed up. Funds have to be freed up. Leon is not a cheap player. And I say that with all the respect in the world because high caliber players demand higher price tags, quite naturally. So I'm looking forward to what lies ahead. And personally, I think there are some exciting things to look forward to. So long may that continue, you know what I mean? Looking forward to it. Do you have any insight on which schoolboy Cavalier player moving to MLS? Well, Richard King was supposed to make that transition, but there were some hiccups there. I think we have seen much of him without improvement. You're talking about Damien Lowe? We can't discard Damien Lowe. I can understand where you're going with that comment, but no. Gold Cup 2023, yeah, he's there. And it's up to him to ensure that the way how he manages his body, his recovery, his rehab, as he approaches his 30s now, because he's 30 next year, is up to the standard that an Adrian Mariappa does. I'm not saying that Damien Lowe has to be a vegan now, but Adrian Mariappa has said that his recovery between games and injuries since he has switched to be a vegan has been much smoother. He said that he slept better at nights, and he has also said that in addition to that, that his overall mental health has improved since he switched to meat to vegan. Now, I am not advocating for any man in here or any baller to switch to vegan at all. I've seen changes in my mental health by just removing carbohydrates. So if he can have that impact by just removing meat, then all the best to you. Honestly, if Chelsea isn't the move, what other option is there for Bailey? Right now, the only other option apart from Chelsea would be to listen to what is happening over in the Eredivisie. Would I recommend that? I wouldn't mind it. If it were to happen, I wouldn't say, "Oh, that's a regressive move," or "Oh, that is a regressive step." No, not at all. But England is the place to be. Atiba King and Pinnock is my centre back partnership going forward. Lowe will still be in the mix. You're telling me that you want to have a back three? That's what you're saying. You want to have a back three? Okay, interesting. As Chelsea fan, Chelsea hasn't been great to wingers. Not sure it's the best setup for Leon. Look at Ziyech, Pulisic, etc. Right, I do understand exactly where you're going from because I guess you could add Callum Hudson-Odoi to the mix as well, where you will get your opportunity at Chelsea. That is for sure. You will get your 10 to 15 to 20 games. And then after that, it's either you are perhaps phased out of the team or you get less minutes week after week, or you just become a mainstay in the team and you become that club legend. So, does Simon Preston want Leon Bailey to go to Chelsea? I'd prefer him at United. That would be my preference. Do I want is going to Chelsea a step forward in his career? Yes, it is. On a scale of 1 to 10, how possible is this deal if Christian Pulisic doesn't leave Chelsea? 3 out of 10. If Christian Pulisic leaves Chelsea, 7 out of 10. 1-1. How are you doing? Hope you're doing good. Big up everybody. Hope everyone is doing well. Hi, it's Abs. How are you? How are you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Which I hope you have recovered from COVID safely, and I hope you and your family are doing okay as well. Are you okay? Are you fully recovered from COVID, or are you still on the mend at this point in time? Will you be going to any of the quarterfinals if you have recovered from COVID? Well, basically, the situation is Leon Bailey, the chances of going to Chelsea. So, my friend, if you get an opportunity to talk to Raheem Sterling, you could ask him, Raheem, how would you like to see your fellow countryman play at Chelsea with you? Because we all know you're good friends. If a big club comes in for you, I don't think you should turn it down. Back yourself to be able to go there and make an impact. Their wingers are not setting the world alight, and Leon is talented. Yeah. Reek says, I think Richard King needs to leave the JPL. I had a conversation with Richard King quite recently, and basically what he was saying was that let's see what the new year brings. That's basically what was said. But I'm echoing the message that you said that the potential and the talent that is displayed right now by Richard King, he's ready for the next level. Absolutely ready for that next level. And I personally believe that when he goes into that new environment, whether it is North America or Europe, that talent will be augmented tremendously and advanced to an extent where in a Jamaica shirt, you'll be undroppable. That is the path that Richard King is on. He might be a man of a few words, but on the field, he's a man of many, many talents. Javon Play says, the reason I asked is because I saw Cavalier make a post on their Facebook page saying a schoolboy is moving to MLS in January. Interesting. Okay, we'll do some digging on that. How much is Leon's value? Upwards of 30 mil. 1 says, do you not know Hakim Ziyech? Oh, of course they would know Hakim Ziyech. Morocco, now in the quarterfinals of a World Cup. No, Damien Lowe, been our most consistent centre back. Even if he doesn't start, I would have him in rotation. For me, Damien Lowe is part of our 2023-2026 cycle. For sure. Richard King is there as well. Absolutely. Who is your favorite current reggae boy? My favorite current reggae boy, second to Maps. That's a really good question, Triple Doogie. That's a really, really good question. I'm going to need a moment, guys, to think about this. Current. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, Daniel Johnson. I've wanted to see this guy in a Jamaica shirt for a decade. For me, it was in Aston Villa winning the Next Generation Series 2012-2013. I've been wanting this guy to be in a Jamaica shirt. Like I've always said, I believe that we call up players post their purple patch of form. Jermaine Beckford's purple patch of form was at Leeds United, but he was called up during his time at Huddersfield Town. Daniel Johnson should have been called up from his Aston Villa days. That's how I genuinely feel about the matter. Yeah. Unfortunate, but we press forward. Just keep on going. Low has to be in there. All right. Low has a lot of the tools to be an excellent defender, but lacks some football intelligence. He lacks some basics and is too rash, but he still has a lot to offer the program, in my opinion. I think that in terms of the program, he has a lot to offer. And there are things that he's working on that have not been revealed just yet that I know you guys are going to be happy about, because he's somebody that genuinely cares about the country. And I can honestly and openly state that whether he's playing or not, Jamaica is in his heart. Genuinely. So I don't think you have to question his love or loyalty. Some may talk about brash challenges that he makes and everything of that nature, but for me, heading into Gold Cup 2023, he's in my squad. And like I said, it's now up to him to ensure that when he hits his 30s early next year, that he does everything necessary to ensure that he has good rehab and recovery in between games. He continues to take care of his body well, and everything from there on in will fall into place. I'm a United fan, actually. I support United, and so I have a season ticket, and try catch 2 games or 3 games a season. You know, sometimes I'm in the Stretford end, sometimes in the South Stand. No, but in serious note, guys, yeah, I'm a United fan. I catch a couple of games. I was at the United versus Tottenham game, which arguably was United's best performance of the season so far. The game where Fred scored and Bruno scored. Yeah, the one where Ronaldo walked down the tunnel. So it's been a good year, 2022, I must tell you. You know, to see Messi and Ronaldo with my own eyes, it was just absolutely wonderful. With my own eyes, seeing Messi and Ronaldo. I was meters away from Messi and I was a few hundred feet away from Ronaldo. It was just absolutely brilliant. I saw Messi and Ronaldo in the space of 3 weeks apart, 2 weeks apart. It was just absolutely splendid. Imagine Mason Mount getting game over Leon in a wide role. Hmm. I'd be disappointed if that were the case. If Mason is not the number 10, then why? Is that connected to him saying he could have left Villa and thankfully I recovered? Hopefully you are good, and for sure I'll ask if I get the chance. Okay, cool. Is it connected to him saying he could have left Villa? Not necessarily connected to it. No, not necessarily connected to it. The reality is that Leon, depending on if Christian Pulisic leaves Chelsea, Leon could be integrated in London. Tactically set up and issues at the bridge started under Tuchel trying to get Havertz in form at the expense of minutes for other players. Starboy says, "Bless up, Simon. Bless up. Hope you're doing good. Upward of 40 mil. Stop downplay the youth value." I said upwards of 30. So yeah, I'm not trying to downplay or deflate or devalue. Don't forget about Liam Moore and John Russell. Yeah, John Russell is a CDM. And I had a conversation with Joby about this as well. And I mean, Joby's been open and honest, about it. So yeah. King can't be in there, Simon. I disagree. I'm sure we have more talented centre backs playing in higher leagues. King doesn't deserve it yet. Are you talking about King as a starter or King part of the national team, generally speaking? DJ, what's up, Sheldon? Hope you're doing good, bro. Big up yourself, man. Hope you and the family are doing good, man. Thanks for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. None of the local players would be his favorite because he's an elitist. Leon, you're talking about specifically? Leon is an elitist. Is that what you're saying? Aaron Campbell said, "I honestly think King isn't ready. To be honest, makes so much small mistakes for Cavalier." Yeah, and you don't see many of those in national colours, to be honest with you. So when it's an interesting one when you're playing with players that are better, it either hides some of your flaws or it actually makes you better. You know, like if I was to play in a midfield three with Ravel Morrison and Daniel Johnson and Simon Preston, fans could be like, that tall youth have a little something about him, but it's because the likes of Ravel and Daniel Johnson are there that make the job so much easier. That I played two simple passes, and the crowd could be like, "That's all you'd have something about him." So sometimes it's about who you play with as well that can make a massive difference in that aspect. Ming from Cavalier should get a look in. It wouldn't surprise me if he gets a look in the new year. Honestly, will Lowe be on the move soon? I think he needs a better league. So, as it relates to Lowe, it's no secret that clubs in the north of England, Sunderland and Hull City, have been long term admirers of him. But If you're unable to match with the wages, then you know that's the reality of the situation. One says we need to find midfielders. Johnson doesn't suit a 4-4-2. We need all rounders. I hear what you're saying, but that doesn't mean that we're just going to discard 4-3-3 altogether. We need all rounders. 4-4-2 is a rubbish formation, but if the coach insists on using it, we need on the right players. Johnson fits three in midfield. There are way many CB in the diaspora that's not better than Low and King. Mm, I wouldn't agree with way many CBs. No, I wouldn't agree with that. Quinn says going forward, we need the best to compete. I've always maintained the statement that the best player should take the field, even if it might be Andre Blake and 10 UK based players. I've often maintained that in particular, the best team always takes the field at all times. At all times. I've always maintained that view. I'm trying to understand Riley's. Blake Hilton, big up. Hope you're doing good. Lowe's game is based around his recovery pace. As he gets older, we have to expect his level to drop. We have to look at other options, in my opinion. Okay. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Do you see Lowe making a move next year? Honestly speaking, no, I don't see it. He's comfortable in Miami. His family is there with him as well. And Miami is building a project, and Phil Neville has stressed the importance that he is on this role in particular. Yeah. Lowe is not one for the future unless he has a complete change. Complete change in what aspect though? Because I know it has nothing to do with personality. And the reality is at 29, I th- it's unrealistic to say complete change. You're not going to ask him to change the way he plays. He might adapt his style, but to change who he is as a player and remove that tenacity, drive, desire, ruthlessness with tackles, allow this 2026 opportunity to escape. We need the best players. Mario says that's great to hear. I'm a United fan as well. I hope to visit Old Trafford one day. Trust me, my friend. When you go there, like this is what gets me every time. I'm a man that was born in Jamaica, and me Simon Preston, I'm one of 76,000 persons in the stadium watching Manchester United. Over 200 countries in the entire world, and me, a man from Jamaica, Jamaica, come and watch Manchester United play. I just feel extremely fortunate that I can be one of 76,000 people, a man from Jamaica, small island in the Caribbean with just under 4 million people, can say that I'm there, I'm watching that. You know what I mean? One second, folks. Right. Is Jamaica looking at any top class midfielders? Yes. Yes, they are. We are, for sure. What's the word on the 20? As it relates to trials and updates in relation to that matter? Mm, I think the under 17s will take the priority for next year. For Leon to go to Newcastle, he'll get game time. But in your eyes, wouldn't that be like a sideward move, Aston Villa to Newcastle versus Chelsea? You're going to be high intensity, more pressure. So yeah, Simon, make Jeff if pay and send us to recruit some players. Corey Burke to World Cup 2023, possibly. I agree, and I think it's probably too late for him to make the major changes he needs. Lowe will have to get more composed as he gets older, but I think Lowe will have to. And quite naturally, when you approach 30 and beyond, you know, I think you read the game a little bit better. And so I don't think I'm not worried about Damien Lowe there. If we want to take a step forward, we need the best players, not he could develop to be type of players. Okay, fair enough. I can live with that. I think he's very good at passing and has potential, but I don't think his all round game is good right now. Okay, fair enough. I can understand. What's the diss with Ron? With what's the diss with Ron? Which Ron are you talking about? He's our best centre back when used in the right system. I'm not saying he can't play in a 4-4-2, but we have to play. You'd have to play at the left of a back three, to get the best out of him. And we saw this during the qualifiers, didn't we? Especially the home game against Costa Rica. A welcome place for the future, being in the camps to train and learn, but we cannot be starting people that are not ready. I am not an advocate about that at all. Remain Blake from JC, the kid has serious talent. He is. He really, really is. And I think it's just a matter of time before he's overseas. Marcelo says, what about Bradley Morgan? He picked up an injury last month and he's on the mend recovering from it. But trust me, Ricardo Fuller has been in deep, deep, deep dialogue with him. Stop using the English Championship and League players. Clearly, it's not working. Rip up the program and start using local players with Premier League players. Disagree with that there, because it's not because Championship and League One players are the reason why Jamaica didn't qualify. Jamaica didn't qualify due to a number of factors. No fans in the stadium because the government of Jamaica didn't see it as a priority. One. The second reason is quite simply the matter in relation to getting passports laid for players. You can't give debut to players in a World Cup qualifier. You give debuts to players in a friendly match. That's a push, Nations League, but not a World Cup qualifier. Simon. Argentinian says, have Leon Bailey got an offer from Chelsea? No. In the local based players would gel from England players more than Championship League. Okay. Who are these midfielders, if you can speak? They're interested. Still some work being done for Isaac Hayden. Newcastle top four right now, Simon. I think he'll be on upwards. Yeah, this season in particular, but I don't think Eddie Howe is looking in the direction of a Leon Bailey. Jamaica needs a new backline. Really? You think so? Leon to City would be the move, to be honest. Mahrez is reaching his back end of his career now. City. Whisper to Europe. He will. He will at some point. What do you think about Busy? I'm the person that 1 year ago raved about Busy Atkinson. I've been raving about Dwayne Busy Atkinson since his Kasafa youth days. Remember, I commentated his games at under 15 and under 17 level. I've been hyping up Busy for such a long, long time. Busy and Cunningham, those two players I've hyped about for a long, long time. Saw Ravel versus Argentina. I liked what I saw. I think he's one player to win. Of course, Ravel stays with us moving forward. I would honestly like to see Damian Lowe and Pinnock get a couple of games together. Pinnock is a better reader of the game, and will help him get back. Lowe played really well with more. That is a good tandem. That is a good tandem if you're going to go to a back four. But I'll do a video in relation to tactics and give you guys my thoughts about that matter in particular. So yeah, let's see what you guys are also saying. Look for a DM. John Russell is coming. John Russell is coming. What's the deal with Danielle Carter in the deal is she's not been approached just yet. When can we see Omari Hutchinson? Soon. What is the deal of Kelly from Bournemouth? Wait for that video, my friend. Simon also believed the demise of Brown is greatly overstated. Oh, Javane Brown. Paul Hall had the man playing way up the field with no cover. He has played his best 2 games under the new coach. That's Chelsea, my friend. Leon Fitzpep's play style. I could see him being molded. What do you think about Dwayne Busy Atkinson? Have a younger brother named Dwayne Atkinson. I think in the JPL we should have an under 23 team, the best players from Manning and D Cup. Okay. What about Speedy? My decent youth. I did a what is the deal on him, so go and look at the what is the deal that I did on Jaden Anthony. I did a video on him, so go into videos, go into lives, and you'll see the video I did with Jaden Anthony. Simon walk on with Damari Gray. His documents have not been submitted. Who is the best right back who will be close to representing Jamaica? Right back. Those are very, very average players. So, Jamaica, Ivan Tony only hope for international with England issues. Greenwood, who should retire from international football. I disagree with that. How I feel about it. One day at a time, my side. One day at a time. That's how we can take it from there. Yeah. Maguire or Maggie? Oh, guys, think about it. Oh, McGee, Tyrant McGee. Yeah, his contract ends with UPenn at the end of the season, and yeah, basically, he'll be a free agent in the summer, and from there he can go wherever he wants. Blessings. Hope you're doing good. All right, folks. Hope this was helpful to everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. Really, really, really appreciate it. More videos to come. Stay tuned for them. All right, folks. We'll be in touch. And again, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Reggae Boyz Commentary for more content, folks.
Hi, everybody. I'm Darren Moore, and you're watching Reggae Boyz Commentary.
This video is brought to you by MPEC Printery, specializing in t-shirt printing, posters, and shipping from the USA. Call 876-775-6692 or 876-337-7374. Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is also brought to you by BLC Jamaica Security Electronics, specializing in alarm system, video surveillance, camera system or CCTV, barrier system, gate automation, and access control. Call 876-320-7711. That's 876-320-7711 or 876-351-1105. That's 876-351-1105.